Hi everyone. So previously we had successfully discussed the 2D prefix sum algorithm. Yep. So today we'll be discussing the difference array algorithm. Yep. So this also comes under the array based algorithms itself, right? So let's see what the definition part says here. So a difference array stores the changes between the consecutive elements. So whatever the consecutive elements that are present actually, it this one, what do we call it? Stores the changes between the consecutive elements. Yep. Instead of the actual values. See, it will not save the actual values. Instead, it will store the changes between the consecutive elements, right? Again, so this is very important part. A difference array, we get confused with this itself. Yeah. A difference array stores changes between the consecutive elements instead of the actual values. Yep. Instead of the actual values. It allows fast range updates by updating only two positions. Yeah, it allows fast range updates by updating only two positions. It's as simple as that. See, let's move on with the algorithm explanation. So now we have the clear definition part. Yep. So we have to keep this in mind. Again, this part is very important. A difference array stores the changes between the consecutive elements instead of the actual values. Yep. This part is very, very important. Yep. It allows fast range updates by updating only two positions. Yep. So this is fine. Next, let's move on with the algorithm explanation here, right? So this is fine. So the first thing here, we will start with the array, right? Array ARR that will be constraint of the size n. Yep, of the size n will be having the elements, n elements within the array ARR. Yep. So this is fine. Then what we will do, we will build the difference array. Yep. So what we will be doing first, we'll be starting with the array of size n. So then we will build the difference array. It will be going with the diff variable where difference of I is nothing but which is equivalent to the array of I minus 1, nothing but the current value. So suppose if we have 0 comma 2 within the array, so we have considered ARR or nothing accordingly with what we have here, right? So we are considering the previous value and the uh, current value as well as the previous value. For the first index, it would be first index itself because we'll not be having the previous value. For the second index, we have to consider 2 minus 0 because we have to go with the element nothing but the current value and then the minus previous value. That's what we have to do, right? So this will give us the difference. It's as simple as that. Next, what we'll be doing, so to add the value to the range, to add value to the particular range, so we will be going with the L comma R, nothing but the left index as well as the right index. Yep. So we will do the difference of L. Difference of L will be difference of L plus value. Difference of L will be difference of L plus value. uh, for the right, it will be difference of R plus 1, right? So difference of R plus 1, nothing but the right plus 1 will be difference of R plus 1 minus value, right? If it is inside the bounds. So this part is very important. This is very important if it is inside the bounds. So for after all the updates, prefix sum of difference gives the final array. After all the updates, prefix sum of difference gives the final array. Yep. So this is very important. After all the updates, prefix sum of difference gives the final array. Yep. So that is the reason within the definition part also I stress the same thing actually. Yeah. Here difference array stores the changes between the consecutive elements instead of the actual values. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Yep. Next, let's do one thing. Now we have discussed the algorithm actually. Let's try to implement or articulate the same thing in the form of code. Yep. Let's do that actually. First, what we'll be doing, one second. So let's do one thing. So I'll just go with the initial value, this one, initial array, this one, what do we call? 10, 10, 10, yeah, 5 times 10 itself. Let me go with the 5 times or 6 times 10. I'll just go with the 5 times 10. Yeah. So let's update the, by adding 5 to the range 1, 2, 3. By adding this one, 5 to the range 1 to 3. Then the expected output that we need to get here is this one, from index 1 to index 3, we have added 5. So that would be 10, 15, 15, 3 times 15. From index 1 to 3, it has to be 15. And then finally, we have to get the value 10. So that is the output that we need to get. 10, 3 times 15 followed by the 10. Yep. So let me delete this. Let's start writing the code. Let's consider the same example actually. Yep. First, let me go with a 1 second. me paste this one. This is the input output part actually. Let's focus on the algorithm. Actually. Yep. First, let's go with the size of the array. So I'll just go with n equals 3, or let's consider the same. Sorry, n equals 5 we consider, right? So n equals 5, and let me go with the same example here. Int array equals. So let me go with 5 times 10 actually. Yep. So this is fine. Next, what we'll be doing. So let's go with a difference array. Difference array, it's as simple as that. Seaman. I'll just go with a difference here. So this one will be new int of what? So I'll just consider size n plus 1 just for the safety reasons. Yeah. I'll just go with a uh, for the difference array, it will be n plus 1, right? The size n plus 1 actually. So this is fine. Next, first element will be the same as per the discussion, right? So we have to consider the element that is present in the first index. So I'll just go with the difference of 0 equals nothing but array of 0. We are going with the a double r, right? So this is fine. Uh, it's fine for now. Next, let's do one thing. After this, we have to build the difference array, right? So this part actually, difference of I equals array of I minus array of I minus 1 actually. Let me copy this one. Yeah, I'll just go with for loop here for int I equals 1. So I less than n, because 0 we have already considered here. It will be the first element because we don't have the previous element. The value will be same actually. Value remains same. So this is fine. Yep. So within the for loop, first thing what we'll be doing, I'll just go with the difference of I, the same thing. Let me paste this one over here. Array of I minus array of I minus 1. So let me go with a semicolon here. Let me format the code so that this looks good. What is happening here? So this is fine. For now, this is fine. Let me come out of this one entirely. Yep. So now let's do one thing. We have to suppose accordingly with the example that we have discussed. So we have to update the range 1 to 3 by 5 actually. We have considered n equals 5 itself here. N equals 5 itself here, right? So that we shall do. So I'll just go with int L equals. So let me go with 1. R equals, let me go with the 3. And value, let me go with the 5 here. Value, let me go with a 5. Yeah. First, what we'll do, we'll start adding it L. We'll start adding it L. So I'll just go with difference of L equals difference of L plus value. Yep. So this is fine. Next, we have to stop adding after R. So this one will be difference of R plus 1. So equals difference of R plus 1 minus value. So this is fine. Next, what I'll do, so we have to go with the final array. For that, I'll be going with the result variable or the answer variable. Right. So I'll just go with the result res here. So this one will be, I'll just go with the size n for this. Yep. I'll go with the size n for this. Next, let's go with a prefix sum start. Let's go with the prefix sum start actually result of 0. So this one will be difference of 0 because we don't have any previous value at all. So we are going with this one from 1 to 3. We are going with one more thing. Yep. Uh, range actually. I'm speaking of the range. Next, we have to build the final array. We have to build the final array. So I'll just go with the for loop here. Int I equals 0. So let me go with the I less than n. So I plus plus. So this is fine. Within the for loop, what we'll be doing, I'll just go with the result of I equals the result of I minus 1 plus difference of I as per the discussion. As per the discussion. So this is fine. Next, what we will do, we have to print the result. Just for the interactiveness, we have to print the result, right? So I'll just go with for individual x of the result. So this is fine. Let me go with, I have considered the print writer. So I'll just go with the out.print here, out.print. So let me go with, let me display the x as well as let me leave the space so that this looks good actually. Yep. So this is fine. Finally, as I have made use of the this one print writer, let me go with a flush here, out.flush. So this is fine. So this is it for the code. Let me format the code once. So we have discussed this one accordingly with the algorithm that we had discussed. Actually, I have written the code. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So yep. Let me run the code actually. We have to get the output 10 followed by the triple 15 10 that we have discussed. Let's see what's the output that we'll be getting. Exception in the thread main. Index minus 1 out of bounds for length 5. Maybe. Let's check the code. One second. So as per the discussion, see here what mistake I have done. So we have considered result of 0 equals difference of 0. So we have to start with the 1, not the 0, right? So this will give us the out of bounds actually. So let's check the same actually. Let me run the code again. This time we have to get the correct output. Let's see. So see, we are getting the output 10 followed by the triple 15, 10. See, why we were getting that particular error, we are going with a int of result equals new int of n, right? So initially we have already went with result of 0 equals difference of 0, right? So we have to start with a 1. If we start with a 0, this again it will consider this one. It will be, we have to get the error actually out of 1. So that was what we were getting actually. This is fine, man. It's as simple as that. We are done with this part. We are done with this part. Next, what we will do? Yep. So we have considered this example. We have considered this example. 5 tens, right? So let's dry run the code so that we understand the things clearly, right? We understand the things clearly. Whatever we have, accordingly with whatever the code that we have written. Let's dry run the code and then we can just discuss the complexities part at the end. So let's go with the same example that we have considered within the code actually. So yeah, I'll just go with here. Array well, 5 times done. That's what we have considered, right? So I'll just go with the same thing actually. Yep. So this is fine. Yep. First, what we'll be doing here. So we have to go with a difference array. Difference array is nothing but the current value minus the previous value. Yep. So for the initial, this one, this index, the value within this index, so this will be 10 minus 0. We don't have the previous value at all. So it will be 10 itself, right? It will be 10 itself. Or we have assigned this one to the, so array of 0, sorry, difference of 0 equals array of 0 we have considered, right? So this is fine. This will be for all other elements, it will be current value minus this one, current value minus the previous value, current value minus the previous value, current value minus the previous value. So this is fine, I believe. Yep. So now the difference array will be actually accordingly with what we have discussed. The difference array 10 remains same for all. It will be 10 minus 10. Yeah, for all it will be 10 minus 10 as we are going with the same element. Yep. So this will be 10 followed by the 4 zeros. Then what we will do, we have to apply the update. Apply the update. So within the example, within the code, we have considered L equals 1, R equals 3, and value we are going with a 5 actually. Value we are going with a 5, right? So this is what we are going with. This is fine, I believe. So here, difference of 1 will be equivalent to the difference of 1 plus 5, right? So n we are going with a 5, right? So this one will be, I can just write it in this way. Difference of 1 will be difference of 1 plus 5. So this will be, yeah, and we are going with the, what do we call, uh, difference of 4. So until this one, difference of 4. Yeah. So this one we will be going with difference of 4 minus 5 actually, as the n value will be, n value we have considered is 5, right? So this will be, see, this we can just write it in this way. So difference will be, so this will be 10 10 followed by the 5. So all others will be 0. And for the 4, actually, it will be minus 5. So as we are going with a difference of 4 equals difference of 4 minus 5 accordingly with the code. Yep. So this is fine. Again, 0. The final value will be 0 itself. So final prefix sum would be, it would be 10. So this one, result that we have considered, result of 0. Initially, it would remain same, 10. Yeah. So then we'll be going with the result of, from result of 1 to 4 actually. So this will be result of 1. So this will be 10 plus 5. This will be 10 plus 5 with what we have considered. So this will be 15 actually. This will be 15. Yeah. So next we will be going with the result of 2. Result of 2 will be nothing but 15 plus 0. So this will remain 15 itself. Yeah. Result of 3 will be actually, again it will be 15 plus 0 itself. This will remain 15 as well. Yep. Result of 4, result of 4, this one. This will be result of 4, result of 4 will be 15 minus 5. Yeah, accordingly with the code that we have written. Yeah, result of 4 will be 15 minus 5. Yeah, 15 minus 5. So this will lead to 10. So the final output that we got here is 10, 15, 15, 3 times 15 as well as the 10. So the final output array that we got here is 10, 15, 15, 3 times 15 as well as finally it will be 0. Yep. So this is the output that we have got here, right? So this is the prefix sum or the final array. So the final output that we got here is 10 followed by the 315s and 10. Yep, followed by the 350s and this will be 10, sorry, not the 0. Yep, 10 followed by the 315s and 10. Yep, so this is how we got the output. This is how we got the output. Yep, so I hope this is clear. We have successfully dry run the code as well. Now what we'll be doing, so as we have discussed the discussion, as we have discussed the definition part, then we went with the um, explanation part as well. Then we have written the code, then we have considered the example and we have dry run the code that we have considered. Now what we'll do, let's discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. So here overall time complexity would lead to big O of n. So why it is big O of n here? See, we will be building the difference array, right? So we'll be building the difference array, which would take big of n itself, right? So the building difference array actually, we will be uh, building difference array actually, which would lead to this one, what do we call big of n. And the prefix sum reconstruction, we will be going with a, or we went with a prefix sum reconstruction as well, right? So this would lead to big of n as well. So overall time complexity would lead to big of n. Overall time complexity would lead to big of n itself. Yeah, this is one of the thing. Next, what would be the space complexity actually? Space complexity would be big of n as well. Space complexity would be big of n because again we have considered the this one difference array. We have to store the difference array, so that would lead to this one, what do we call big of n actually. So this is for the difference array. Yep. Next, we are going with the result array as well. At the end we are going with the result array as well. So result array would lead to big of n as well. Result array would lead to big of n as well. So overall space complexity would lead to big of n. Overall space complexity would lead to big of n. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we'll be writing, that we have already written actually, would lead to big of n and big of n respectively, right? So now we have discussed all the things that is required, right? So we are done with the difference array algorithm. Next we will be discussing about the sliding window algorithm. For now this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.